Well, you also said something too, you guys, about keeping it simple and doing a variety of things, staying moving, keep moving. How can a young professional or someone coming right out of college, many of them have a lot of college debt or whatever. How can they prioritize fitness on a tight budget?
One of my favorite workouts of all time is 100 burpees for time.
Ooh.
You don't need a gym membership. You don't need a gym membership. You don't even need an apartment to do 100 burpees for time. Just drop where you're at and do 100 burpees for time. It's one of the best workouts in the book. Like, honestly, I'm half joking. I'm half not. There's plenty you can do on a tight budget, up to including doing body weight exercises at home, just to keep it really simple.
Right. Yeah. I mean, body weight, I mean, outside, I mean, there's free places you can go to hike, I mean, if you love running, obviously that's something that you can utilize.
Mhm.
I mean, I think there's a ton of different opportunities out there to even for, I mean, cheaper options. And here's the thing too, I get everyone's in a different circumstance, but this subject in general tends to challenge me to be patient, because for someone who's in the fitness realm, it's really hard for me to use the budget as the top excuse.
That's
where I'm
right.
it's clearly not a priority, right? I'm like, okay, I get in some circumstances, you're right, it's really tight, but let's take a finer look at our budget. And if you really choose that fitness is important for you, let's maybe take out that Starbucks every now and then, or let's make an adjustment. You know what I mean? I think we realize when we think, we have a tight budget, but living in the Western world, right? We are all filthy rich, right? So continuing to look at how can I better be better utilizing the money that I do have, and what does that look like? And maybe for some that still looks like a $30 membership somewhere, and maybe for some that looks like, hey, I value community and coaching, and I'm able to do what I need to do to do a $110 membership, whatever that looks. I think it varies, but I mean, that's what I would also say too, is let's really take a tighter look at what where we're actually spending our money, and if it's something that you want to take serious, let's make some adjustments.
Yeah.
Yeah. You articulate that really well. Honestly, fitness should be an investment. It's an investment in your health. It's an investment in your future. It's an investment in your family. When you talk about leading by example, so I mean, it's an investment, right? We choose to invest our time and our money into X, Y, and Z. So determining what's important to you and then making it work, I think we all would agree is prudent. And like you said, sometimes that looks like I have to watch my expenses, and there's plenty that you can do. Create a running group with your buddies in your neighborhood, right? And get out and just move. Then you're making it relational. It's not just about the workout. Now it's about I'm connecting with 3 guys every morning at 5 a.m. as we run around the neighborhood. There's plenty you can do.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Hey, can you tell us a story, maybe a young professional or young adult who, they're off track for a while and then they were able to kind of get back on track with their fitness?
You think of anyone off the top?
Maybe you can't think of anybody. We can edit this piece out.
you know who just popped in my head was your brother Zach. You still go ahead.
No, you go.
So listen, we relational community, we've established this, right? We know our members very well. There's lots of them, and we know them all personally. We know what they do for a living. We know about their families. We step into relationship with just about everybody. Literally, we have just about everybody's phone number, don't we? We don't see someone for a week. We check in. Hey, just checking in. I haven't seen you for a week. Hope everything's okay. I would say 98% of the time that's well received, and people really appreciate it. A lot of things come up in life, and people can get out of their routine. So we'd like to check in, and oftentimes that is the prompt or a nudge that somebody needs to get back in. We generally, hey, we've missed you. We haven't seen you. What's going on? And I don't know. That happens weekly, does it not?
Yeah. 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 So maybe that's not like a specific person in general,
Yeah.
but I think that's why maybe it's a little bit more challenging for us in particular, where, I mean, I've seen that portrayed by him a ton, like where, like from the get-go, since I've known Jonathan, he's been very, very intentional about reaching out to like, hey, I haven't seen you for a bit, shooting a text, when that's so easy to like, when someone crosses your mind to like not do that, to put it at the back, like, yeah, I'll text him later. And then you forget, right? So just when you think of it, texting them, and usually it's well received, and that keeps a lot of people more engaged and coming back because they know you care, right? So I think that's like, I mean, we're huge, if you can't already tell, on community and relationship. And I think that really is an integral part of fitness, unless you just love fitness already in general.
Yeah.
I think anyone other than someone who maybe is just like, I love it, is eventually going to hit those milestones and those bumps where they need someone to have a little nudge to say, hey, it's time to get back in. And they'll usually appreciate it. So
I mean, I can give you 2 quick examples. We've had 2 guys who used to be members here and it wasn't working out anymore. And they stepped away for some time. Literally, both guys just came back this morning to my 5 a.m. CrossFit class. They've been out for, one guy's been out for 2 months. The other guy's been out for about 9 months. They both just started up January 2nd. Of course, we understand what time of year it is. But they're like, they both come back this morning and they're like, we're all in, we're back, we're excited about this year and continuing with their fitness. So just that, I think more than anything else, it's that relationship at the end of the day, and the accountability, which draws people back.
And I really, Jonathan was coaching for me, and I really learned a lot through that. But he had told me my next step to really kind of grow more is to get into some kind of group or community to where there's a lot more, accountability and encouragement, and kind of help amp up the intensity, because it can be fairly easy not to have that intensity if you're just down there exercising in your basement. And there have been times in my life where I was very, and I didn't have to have somebody there to be really push myself really, really hard. But boy, I tell you what, there's more times than not, especially as I get older, it's like, man, I really do need that almost that mirror, like to try to keep up with the mirror, like what's going on. And so, so I really think that community piece is pretty important.
Well, and I have to weave this in, like the community is super important, but I also believe like the coaching, like the direction, like we go to professionals for so many different things, lawyers, doctors, accountants, right? Because they have a skill set and a knowledge base that I just don't have. So I need to go to these people, these professionals, to gain very valuable service and direction and guidance and get wisdom and understanding from them. Because I'm just not in that industry. I just don't understand the nuances and the ins and outs. So we view fitness the exact same way. Like as fitness professionals, like we provide a service and we provide guidance and we help people grow physically, but not only see results, but also to do it safely. And so what was the question where that was my train of thought? Help me again here. I lost it.
Young professional.
Yeah, no, but we were talking. Anyways, I think that's an important layer.
The importance of plugging into community, but you're also talking.
Oh yeah, so community is super important, but then I also believe like the coaching and the aspect of it is a close second.
And I was just mentioning actually this on vacation, like we had a big family gathering in Indiana, and I was talking to my brother-in-law, see what he's up to and doing, and I was just talking what I learned from you actually, Jonathan. A simple thing is a push-up. So 30 years ago when I, in football, high school football, and in gym class, whatever, we taught to, put your arms out like this, like you're almost like bench pressing, but that's how you do push-ups. And that was always like, have bad joints to start with. And then you just told me to do it a different way, tuck the elbows in and everything else. And so I changed the way I did push-ups when I started doing that, and the joint pain went away. It's like, oh, imagine that. Well, it's like, it's like over time, industries kind of people learn more things of how to do things better. And that was just a simple thing of having you coaching me and making a slight adjustment that actually helped reduce some of my joint pain of when I go to do push-ups. But I didn't know because I was taught.
Amazing. It's really quite amazing. We've been created in a way that our bodies can sustain improper and bad movement for a long time before bad things happen. But like, honestly, movement shouldn't be painful. Like if knees are hurting when I'm squatting or shoulders are hurting when I'm doing a push-up, I'm probably not doing it right. Like if someone can just say, hey, why don't you try this? Oh, that felt a lot better. Okay, great. Like mechanically speaking, you were built to do these things. You're supposed to squat. So anyways, I digress a little bit. You can go on a tangent, coach.
It's true.